Hey, Wembug World Entertainment, and as we know, there is meant to be a new Evil Dead movie coming this year. It's meant to drop this year. However, they've already started to film another one. Yeah. Now, we don't know if these are all connected and what's going on. I didn't hear about this other one that's coming, but they've started to film it right now. So, we're going to have a look at it. Now, it does seem to be continuing on from the newer versions, except the fact that people are looking at the font they've used in this little video they put out just to announce the name of it and stuff. It's the original Evil Dead font. So let's have a look at this anyway. So it's saying more Deadites are on the way as a new Evil Dead movie just started filming. Now, though Warner Brothers confirms on X that Galuppi, I think is how you pronounce his names, film is called Evil Dead Rat, and it's now in production. The announcement includes a short video unveiling the film's title in the classic franchise font over a red background. So there's nothing to the video. It's literally just a red screen. You'll see the image of it, but there's no point playing it because it's nothing. So Evil Dead Rat has begun its bloody production, the post reads, along with a blood drop emoji. The post doesn't provide a look at the actual film or cast, but the promise of plenty of blood means it will be continuing a franchise staple. Galuppi is best known for his feature film debut, 2023's The Last Stop in Yuma County, a film that holds an impressive 97% Rotten Tomatoes score. Galuppi's new Evil Dead movie then has an opportunity to more firmly establish him as a filmmaker to keep an eye on. I'm probably butchering his name. I think it's pronounced Galuppi. So, though no story details have been released, Evil Dead Rat's cast includes Zach Gilford, Charlotte Hope, Jessica McName, Josh Hellman, Ella Newton, Elizabeth Cullen, and Ella Oliphant. Sam Raimi, who created the franchise and directed its first 3 installments, serves as a producer on the film, and Ash Williams actor Bruce Campbell is also involved in the project as an executive producer. So you're seeing, clearly it's not going to be a story featuring Ash. So Evil Dead Rat entering production now means it will likely hit theaters in the later half of 2027, but no official release date has been announced just yet. Audiences' anticipation for the film will likely depend on the reception of this summer's Evil Dead Burn. Relatively little is known about Burn, but I'm not sure how you actually pronounce this guy's name. It's like Vatkier or something like that. Has teased that the film will be an intense one for moviegoers. He hyped the film as a visceral experience in an interview with Variety last May. So this is the director, and he's talking like it's gonna push the extreme to the extreme with it. But it's one of these, like, I knew about Evil Dead Burn. Pretty sure I did a video about Evil Dead Burn. Never heard about this one, Evil Dead Rat. The only other one that I've heard about was, and can't remember whether it was meant to be a film or a series, but there was talks of an animated one being done. That's the only other one I ever heard of. Never heard that they were doing another movie. And the fact that they've already put it into production, that's quite telling. So it's like, is this connected to the one that's coming out this year? Because if it is, why did they not use the same director, or by the sounds of it, anybody involved with that one, which is the Evil Dead Burn? It's so strange to me. Like, what is its connection? Is it a continuation from these newer movies? The first one, of course, was just called Evil Dead. Then there was the next one, Evil Dead Rise. Now it's going to be Evil Dead Burn, and then Evil Dead Rat. So it's kind of like, what way are they doing this? I'm actually confused about which way they're doing it and what are they linked to. So again, like it's saying here, nothing is known about this particular movie. So that's also interesting. Like, there's no plot details. And we have the cast. We know who the cast is. Don't recognize any of the names, to be honest with you. Might know them to see them, but definitely don't recognize the name. And we already have one coming out this year. And it's like, well, what happens if this one bombs. Like, if this one comes out and it absolutely tanks at the box office, what do they do then? Because they've already put one into production. Now, obviously, they could go, well, let's just dump it on HBO Max or something. But are they going to put that much money into it? Depending how much money they're actually pumping into it. Like it's saying here, Evil Dead Rise reviews were generally positive from critics, with the Lee Cronin's film earning praise for its intensive scares and gore moments. The film grossed over 147 million worldwide, making it no surprise that 2 new installments in the franchise are now on the way. Well, it kind of does, because number one, you've said mostly positive reviews from critics. Fans, I do think, enjoyed it. But a worldwide total of 147, that's not great. Of course, I do believe Evil Dead Rise's budget was like really low. I believe it was like something in around the 40 million. Might have even been lower. Don't know what the budget is on Evil Dead Burn. But then, is Evil Dead Rat, is that going to be connected to it? Did they, well, obviously they didn't shoot it back to back, but is it like a split funding for both of them? So does that raise the stakes for what these movies have to bring in? We don't know. There's really nothing here being confirmed about budget or anything like that. I think the one thing everybody is still waiting for is like, hey, are we going to get a brand new Sam Raimi Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell back as Ash? And if you haven't, you definitely have to check out Ash vs. Evil Dead, this series. I think there was only 3 seasons, maybe 4. Bloody brilliant show. Hilarious. And really did pick up the story of Ash Williams and what happened. And the way the Deadites come back was hilarious. But people are always asking like, hey, is Ash coming back? And they keep teasing the notion of, oh yeah, he might be coming back. And it never seems to come about. The remake of Evil Dead and Evil Dead Rise, I didn't particularly like. I was like, that like Evil Dead, which they connected to the original movie, even though it is almost a 1-for-1 remake. Like, it literally is a full-on remake. But then Evil Dead Rises was completely different because you were not in the cabin in the woods or anything like that. You were in an apartment block in New York. I think it was New York. And it was like, okay, that's weird. How did it end up here? Don't know where Evil Dead Burns takes place, and absolutely no clue where Evil Dead Rat will take place. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens, because again, a lot of this is going to be dependent on what Burn does. And if that tanks, what do they do with this movie that they've just put into production? Time will tell, I suppose. But what do you guys think? Are you up for not 1 but 2 new Evil Dead movies that really have no connection to the original Evil Dead movies, even though they did try it? But what do you guys think? Are you interested? Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.